Hey Terry, I'm looking at your paperwork that you filed today at the attorney's office. I don't think it's filed correctly. We may need to postpone this episode of the podcast, so bear with me 1 second. Yeah, this guy didn't fill out his paperwork correctly. Like 6 weeks out, probably. Yeah, probably 6 weeks. Yeah, we're looking at 6 weeks to record. So until you get your paperwork in order, we can't record right now. Okay?
What? We're not in season 9, episode 2?
No, we're in season 2, episode 9.
Oh, I was way off. There's not even a season 9.
Welcome back to the Almost Sideways podcast. This is our sideshow. I almost stumbled into a messing up there, but I recovered it, and then I pointed out immediately that I almost messed up. That's the great way to start the show. Anyway, welcome back to this. Yeah, welcome to the sideshow. That was a little bit of a mental diarrhea spilling out there. This is awesome to start, man. Leave this in. Just leave it in.
I was planning on it.
With the sideshow. A Better Call
back.
Saul. Season 2, episode 9, not 9 and 2.
Not 9 and 2.
This movie is called Nailed. Like I nailed that intro. Boom.
Yeah, it's also not a movie. It's an episode of a TV show.
This is probably our most laid back intro. But anyway, this is season 2, episode 9, Nailed, which debuted April 11th, 2016, and ran at 49 minutes long. And I think there's some really good stuff that we were hinting at from last week, where we kind of are they going to go there? Will they, won't they? And they kind of did on some stuff. So looking forward to really diving into it. And we kind of rambled on quite a bit. So let's just hit that synopsis, unless you have anything else.
There's a lot of setup to get into this episode, and there's a lot of setup to get into the synopsis. So we're just gonna plow through it now, because Better Call Saul, season 2, episode 9. And yes, it is entitled Nailed. Our episode starts with us finding out what Mike was planning with his makeshift spike strip. He goes out to the middle of nowhere and hijacks the ice cream truck. From the work being done in the last episode, he had realized the cash was hidden inside the tire. He hogties the driver and walks away with $250,000. What does he do with all that money? Drinks are on me. Hector is obviously not happy, and he tries to find out who did it. Nacho knows who did it. Only one guy can pull off a job like that without spilling any blood. He calls for a meeting with Mike to make sure no one will find out. No worries. The driver knows nothing. He was not in on it. No one will know. Mike says he has gotten his payback with Hector, even though the cops didn't get a clue as to what was going on. However, something still doesn't sit easy with Mike after he finds out his little escapade cost a Good Samaritan his life. Maybe more to come on that. Now, how did Jimmy's little sabotage job go? Chuck completely botches a court hearing to get approval for the new Mesa Verde bank because the address is wrong. While Chuck was at the hearing, Jimmy went back and put back all the original files, so it looked like Chuck was just losing it and made a horrible mistake that cost HHM the account. Chuck doesn't make mistakes like that. Chuck knows this. There's only one explanation as to what happened, Jimmy. He calls Kim to come pick up the Mesa Verde files. Jimmy comes along, which Chuck didn't expect, but he doesn't care. Chuck is going to lay out the entire case against Jimmy. He stole the files, he changed the numbers, and he put the files back after the damage was done. He knows exactly what Jimmy did. The only problem is Jimmy did it well enough that there is no proof. In Chuck's mind, he doesn't need proof. Mm-hmm. He knows Jimmy. Kim decides to back Jimmy. Tell Chuck he has no proof. Blame Chuck for creating the version of Jimmy we see today, and happily walk out with the Mesa Verde account. Kim is pissed at Jimmy because deep down she knows Chuck is right, but she is willing to go along with it. Jimmy just better cover all his bases. No loose ends. Then Jimmy remembers a loose end. The copy guy. He goes to the copy shop to find Ernie already talking to the man behind the desk, Lance. Once Ernie leaves, Jimmy enters and pays him off to say he never saw him when Chuck comes in. Sure enough, Chuck arrives. and Lance does his job and denies. Chuck starts to freak out, partly out of frustration and partly out of the overexposure to all the lights and electrical equipment. When Chuck's freak out hits its peak, he passes out, smacks his head on the counter, and lies unconscious on the floor, bleeding from a head wound. Jimmy is hiding across the street, watching the whole thing, and he can't help without giving himself away.
Yeah, call the ambulance. Call 911. Call 911.
Call 911.
It's a freaking emergency.
Such a helpless feeling.
Yeah, that was a good way to end it. Yeah, kind of sucks, but at the same time, it was like, oh, that's a cliffhanger that makes you want to watch the next one right away. Not till next week, but yeah, great way to end the episode. We did kind of follow a little bit. We were kind of tracking this ending, or some things that happened a little bit from last week. Obviously, the intro was fantastic with the ice cream truck, and then the guy in the black mask, and his whole little setup and finding the stuff in the tires. That was pretty awesome. We get some Nacho in here as well. I liked that aspect of things, and the stuff obviously with Jimmy and Kim and Chuck. I think are all done really well. We kind of know that needed those things needed to happen, and I feel like it's going to whatever happens next week. That's going to set us up for a good little a season finale for sure. So that's where we're kind of headed. We have one more after this, so it's going to be a big episode next week, I feel like. But there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff to talk about here. Not a whole lot of like crazy like category stuff, but some really cool setup pieces here.
Yeah, like I said, there was a lot of setup coming into this episode, and we were wondering when was the action going to happen? Was it going to be more setup and be a this knockout season finale, or were we going to get a lot of action here? And the last episode would be a lot of fallout. We got the action here, and the season finale is going to be the fallout, and that's going to be interesting to see. There's some interesting stuff that I pulled out of this episode that I think is really, really interesting. You've got two storylines going on here, right? You've got the Mike storyline with the Salamancas, and you have Jimmy and Kim's storyline with Chuck. You've got some parallels where some crazy stuff goes down, and the smartest guy in the room knows exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. Like you've got Nacho being like, Mike did this. I have no proof, but I know it's him. And then you've got Chuck. Jimmy did this. I have no proof, but I know it's him. So you've got both of them showing off that they're smarter than everybody else. They know what's going on, and they know the people that are kind of surrounding this. And I love the Nacho scene of was this you? You're the only one that would do this without killing anybody, without spilling any blood.
We had a good Samaritan, and we capped him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That the look on Mike's face once he realizes that. But yeah, that parallel is really cool. How you've got Chuck and Nacho both, and I almost put in the synopsis, but it wasn't going to fit well without being too wordy. Of how you've got this, like, I don't know how I know, but I know who did this, and I know the reason behind why this happened. That was really cool. The other thing that I think is really, really interesting is that I just thought of as you were talking. You think about the last shot of this episode, Jimmy across the street, helpless, right? Like he wants to run over there and do something, but he realizes that he can't. And the situation he is in, he can't. He needs to let his brother lie there helpless. This is the second to last episode of season 2. What was the second to last episode of season 2 in Breaking Bad? Walt watching Jane die. Helpless. Wanting to help and realizing he can't. and having to stand there and watch it happen, knowing
Wow.
he can't do anything about it.
Wow.
And now we get Jimmy standing across the street, watching his brother potentially bleeding out on the floor of this copy shop. He wants to help, but circumstances say, I can't go in there. I can't help him. And I'm potentially going to watch him die. I mean, I don't think he's going to, but it's not good. He has to stand there and watch. Second to last episode, season 2, both shows.
And last week we said that he had another comparison to Breaking Bad's episode 8 of season 2 as well.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
The
I mean, it's a
public
little
match.
different because I think season 2 in Breaking Bad was 13 episodes, and this one's only 10. So it's a little different there, but still, the second to last episode, and then you get the season 2 finale is the fallout of what happened and how everything changes because of it. So that, I mean, that's what we're going to be getting. So the parallels there, not only within this episode, but also within the 2 different shows in this universe of what you're doing to end your season 2. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be crazy. Who would have thought 2 plane accidents and like 2 in the same place? It's freaking crazy. No, that's is Vince Gilligan a madman? I didn't even think about that, but he's a freaking genius. That's a brilliant, kind of like snowball like journey that you went on right there, and it makes total sense. Like that's a fascinating kind of comparison between the 2 shows. Obviously,
I can't see Jimmy yelling "Hellfire rain down on my house." I can't see that, but
you're goddamn right. Yeah, that's great, man. That I didn't even think about like that comparison, but you're absolutely right. 'Cause I'm trying to do better, not compare the 2 shows, but it's hard not to draw parallels, especially when things are kind of that on the nose, but without even really, you're not really realizing until you're like having a forum like this where we're like brainstorming and talking about that what's going on. So that's
like I said, I thought of it while you were talking because you mentioned how he's the call 911, and then and in my head I'm like, he can't. He has to just sit there, kind of like Walt did with that was the second to last episode of season 2. Also, like it just all kind of brought itself together.
Lance is probably high, so he's on some kind of drug too. So there we go.
I don't know if he could have spent all those hundos that quickly.
No, but he probably came in with a little buzz. No, anyway.
Best scene of the episode.
It's kind of hard to not say that final shot. However, I think my favorite scene though is Chuck saying, well, I wanted to have this with Kim, but you're here now, so we're going to be talking about this. And that whole in their house and everything, and Chuck adding his little thing. I'm like, shut up. Like, obviously Kim knows, like she's not dumb either. She's also one of the smartest characters in the show too.
True.
And so she understands that Chuck's absolutely right. But we're not going to talk about this ever again. And I love the frustration that she shows in the car, like punching him. Getting some good little wallops on his arm there. Really like that as well. And that whole sequence, just them back and forth and telling this elaborate story. And Chuck's like, believe this guy? Like, no, you're talking crazy, man. You're talking crazy. And
yeah.
They're like, okay. I'm just like, you're going to talk yourself into admitting that, yeah, I did this type of thing. But obviously everybody knows in that room that you did it, but there's just no proof. And so when Kim actually like, well, where's your proof? Because you're saying essentially he needs to go to jail for fraud, breaking and entering, doctoring documents, and some other stuff too. I can't remember, but yeah, that's such a good, powerful scene there because obviously Kim's playing that gray zone where she's very like, this is how I'm going to run my practice. But now I have to kind of say, there's no proof, and I can't admit that Jimmy did something, so I have to play in that gray area a little bit, and she does not like that, and that's where that frustration definitely comes out because She wants to take care of Mesa, or the bank Mesa Verde, Mesa Verde. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, I'm overthinking the word now. But she wants to have this client back, but at the same time, it's like to get there, I can't admit that, what he did or anything, or tell them about that. So, got to play it kind of in the Jimmy zone. So
yeah, up to this point, Kim had been completely above board on everything, and now she has, like you said, she has to play in the gray zone a little bit here. I have two scenes down, and that's one of them. And I think a few things pop out in there. One, Jimmy has a horrible poker face.
Oh,
like when he's called out on it, and maybe it's just because he's being called out by Chuck.
Yeah.
But when he's called out on it, like the guilt is all over his reaction. Like, come on, react like a normal human being. That's all you got to do. And he can't do it. He's got to be. What are you even saying? I mean, how could I have even done that? And that's a pretty tall tale you're telling there. I'm like, oh, just. And Kim knows instantly. Like, not even. She probably would have known just simply by what Chuck is saying, but also Jimmy's reaction. Like, you can read that reaction like a book.
Yeah.
But then, Kim then pulls out like no, I have the upper hand here. And I can call you out on your crap. And
your lantern power. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And it's like, you have no proof. Mm-hmm. What's more likely, that tall tale, or that, you and your lantern power might have misread the documents? And then the whole thing of like, you have made him who he is. Like, he is who he is because of you, and throwing it all back on him. All he has ever done is idolize you and want to impress you. And all you've ever done is make sure that he fails at every single turn. I feel sorry for you. Like, the way she's just digging in the knife and just making it just unbearable. And she is dead on right at the same time. And she's like the only one that's smart enough to call him out. And the only one that has the balls to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm watching what's happening here, and this is all your fault.
Yeah.
And just,
it could be really hard to beat that for my scene of the season. It's such a good scene.
Mm-hmm. The other one I had written down was one I'd already mentioned. It's Mike and Nacho.
Yeah.
And that whole thing of, was that you? And Mike's reaction to the whole thing too. Like, he wasn't in on it. He didn't see me. Are you sure? He's like,
he saw a guy in a
black ski mask. That's it. Yeah. He wasn't on it? Nope. Well, what about the rest of your team? He's like, it was just me. It's like, how is this just you?
Yeah, just you. Just me and a garden hose.
Like that. Oh,
yeah. And my pimento sandwich.
But then, and then the whole thing of like, we shot the Good Samaritan in the face. We buried him in the desert. And then the look on Mike's face when he leaves, like, yeah, no, I'm not done with this guy. Because he's like, I'm responsible for that death.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's true.
And I still think his hatred of Hector is going to lead to his working with Gus. It has to. It has to.
I think so too. I think that's where that's going to lead to.
It's just a matter of when the stroke happens and when the bell comes in. That's all we need to know there.
Yeah. All right. Whenever the bell tolls.
Mm-hmm. The Betsy Kettleman douchebag award of the episode goes to.
It's kind of Jimmy in this one. Kind of Jimmy, because you made Kim compromise her morals to kind of go in that gray zone a little bit, where she did not want to be there, but she has.
And he questioned whether he should have done it in the first place too.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, yeah, that's, you know, that's the only really logical person I can come up with on this one.
I've got one more.
Okay.
Hector.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean,
that would be
shooting a good Samaritan and bury him in the desert.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty. Yeah.
Like, you
Pretty
were
douchey.
nothing to him. He'd forgotten about you. Well, I hadn't forgotten about him.
Yeah. He said, "Why do you care? You think the cops are going to take him down? Like
You're trying to get the cops on Hector? What are you doing? How did you get him to stop? We got lucky. Like,
yeah,
Hector. Hector's a douchebag.
good call,
Stickman award goes to
Mike. Easily, hands down. Fran wanted a piece of that. Yeah, he wanted. He's like,
you can come shovel my porch anytime.
yeah,
Like, oh ho ho.
and then, like, yeah, for you, we are still serving breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and then even after that, like after the whole you can come shovel my porch anytime, he's like, he gets that wry little smile on his face, like, I could have that if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. You think that there is a time, because he goes to the same diner and he's seen her over and over and over again. Is Fran kind of jealous when that great, I'm gonna forget her name,
Lydia?
Lydia, shows up at the diner and sits at
No.
her
When she gets so particular on her tea, it's like, you're
Oh,
really
she's like,
limiting my options here. It's like, yeah, you're not for Mike.
yeah, you're not Mike. Okay, at first she's like, gets a
You're
little
not Mike's
jealousy.
type.
Yeah, you're not Mike's type. Yeah, you're too needy. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got one other one down, and it is Rupert Holmes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, anybody who writes the Pina Colada song,
Yeah.
he had to be a stick man.
Yeah, he likes
Even
to
if
make
he
love
grew
at
up in
midnight.
Albuquerque, there's a plaque on the building that wasn't there when he was around.
Well, he was at the old building. Yeah,
It was the
we're
old building.
yeah, we're taking liberties.
Yeah, we're taking some creative liberties here.
Yeah.
That whole thing for that shot was
I have thoughts on that. I have thoughts on it.
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I didn't. There was no place for it in the synopsis. That was like the one little side plot thing I didn't mention. But oh my word, how beautiful was that
The
whole
shot was a
setup
great
just for
shot.
the shot, so they could lower the flag and put it as a backdrop behind him. That was the whole thing. They needed a flagpole. That was
Yeah.
it.
Stupid. Stupid.
And still with the wheelchair so that they can
All right, let's go
have
with
something to sit
flaws.
on to get
We're moving
lower.
into flaws.
We're gonna
This
move into
is
okay, go ahead.
this is seen as a flaw. Okay, so you're telling me that, okay, so you set it up. He's standing in front of the flag, and the makeup artist lowers the flag. Okay, I'm buying. I kind of buy it for a little bit. Okay, whatever. They didn't want to spend $12.50 on a flag. Okay, whatever.
They needed it waving.
You could make a
with
okay
the sunlight.
Cool. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but they show the makeup artist lower it down, and they cut over to the camera and the sound guy. They're standing like the Step Brothers pose, like behind each other, and then the flag's waving. But who's waving this flag? It's not the makeup artist can only do one side, and she can't
The
get the
wind.
flag. Okay, conveniently the wind picks up.
The air got to it. The air got to it.
Oh yeah, I forgot movie magic or TV magic. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a very risky. It's a bold move, Cotton. For the fact that they wanted that shot right there, that specific time. I'm pretty sure Albuquerque it translates to land of sun. There's plenty of shots with sun. Yeah, no, I don't even know. There's plenty of sun out there. They could get a flag and wave it anywhere, but they needed this school specifically to where they can almost get in trouble because it was a free shot.
Yep.
Sounds cheap. Sounds like Jimmy.
It sounds like Jimmy. Only Jimmy would break into a schoolyard to lower the flag to get his shot.
The best line: "You want to be a filmmaker? Grow up there."
I like how. All right, let's go to best new face because I want to talk about the makeup girl.
Okay.
She almost spoils the whole thing.
Yeah. Isn't he English or what? Yeah.
Yeah, or no, she had a different last name for him.
Oh yeah.
Or it was like, isn't it Rupert Holmes Smith or whatever it was? And like,
Yeah.
yes, it was, but not when he was a child here. Yeah. So yeah, that was my hey, that's Danny Trejo, best new face. She looked kind of familiar. She was like one of those faces. Haley Holmes, which is kind of funny. Rupert Holmes, Haley Holmes.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's any relation there. Um, Apparently she was in 2 episodes of Glee. She was in an episode of Grey's Anatomy, but she was also in Rubber, the
Mm.
movie about Robert the Tire,
Tire,
who
yeah.
blows stuff up with telekinesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. She was in an episode of Lie to Me. She's just kind of been everywhere. But yeah, the fact that she was in Rubber makes her worth mentioning here.
Mm-hmm.
She played teenager Cindy.
Mm.
She's also directed 2 shorts, so she's doing her thing. But yeah, that I had 2 down, but that was one of them, was the makeup girl. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, it's a new face. That's a new face. I haven't seen that one, and then she almost spoils the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the segment where I like to call it's the hey, it's Danny Trejo. It's actually the hey, let's look at your IMDb credits. That's what it's
Exactly.
slowly breaking down in.
IMDb deep dive.
Yeah, so I went into the deep dive and I clicked on the secretary at the school, Wendy Scott, and this brings
I
me to a Breaking Bad reference.
just pulled her up. Oh,
There's a Breaking
I
Bad.
see that.
She was the nurse in one episode of Breaking Bad in 2009. And a
Season 2,
secretary.
episode 12. The same second to last episode,
See, there you go.
right? Isn't that
Yeah, you said
that's
there
the
was 13
episode?
episodes.
Is that the last episode?
Phoenix.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
this is the episode.
that's the
The second to
episode.
last episode of season 2.
It was meant to
She's
be.
a nurse.
She's a nurse in
Where
that
was
one.
there a nurse in that one?
Yeah, because they don't show the nurse. The paramedics come out the next episode.
Yeah. Oh, the baby was born.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The baby's born in that episode.
Because he leaves to go take the money.
Uh-huh. No, he missed it because he was going to deliver the money to Gus
Yeah, that's right.
and
That's right.
Deadeyes.
Mm-hmm. Wow. See, this is going full circle.
So she goes from secretary of school and then becomes a nurse just a few years later.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Good.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
this lady only has 6 credits. 2 of them are the show in the same universe.
That is fascinating.
And she played in a movie called Dead Billy, where she played Scared Woman.
Scared Woman. I see that.
And then she played in a couple of TV shows.
She was in a short MVW where she played the woman in The Man vs. Woman.
And then Hannah's mother in
a short. Yeah. I think Dead Billy is the only like feature length thing she's ever been in.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And hasn't been in anything in 10 years. So
yeah, since 26. But she has her SAG card, it says, too, which is cool.
There you go. All right, so the other one I had written down was Mr. Ugeta.
That's the guy. That's the one.
Yeah, played
the
by
chairman,
Michael Chifo.
Michael Chifo.
He looks really familiar, and I looked at all the stuff that he's in, and it's not anything that I thought was and you know what it is? He kind of looks like
Russ Gannon, the guy we interviewed.
A little bit of that. I was gonna say Bruce Davison. Is it Bruce Davison? I don't think I got the name right.
Oh, the guy from X-Men.
The guy from X-Men. Yeah. Bruce Davison. He kind of looks like him. Senator Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah.
He kind of does, and I think that's what's throwing me off is he's kind of got that look to him, where he could have easily been like the brother to Senator Kelly.
He was in that Goldfinch movie last year, or Goodrich with Mike.
Goodrich, yeah. He was in an episode of NCIS after I stopped watching. He was in Battle of the Sexes, where he plays Billie Jean King's dad.
Oh yeah.
He was
he played a pastor in Live by Night, which is Ben Affleck's. Directed movie.
Yeah, he was in Argo also. He played a CIA archives officer. He was in an episode of Mad Men. He was in Beginners. He played a priest in Beginners, where Christopher Plummer won his Oscar. He was
The
in
Mentalist.
he was in Wild Things 2. He played a principal. He was in Beethoven's Fifth.
Oh,
Apparently there's 5 of those.
2
And
episodes of
but no, the other one he was in Mystery Men. He played Suit. I don't know what that means. And he was a coroner in LA Confidential.
Wait,
So,
Mystery Men. Oh, that's the Ben Stiller superhero comedy.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
The Queen.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Paul Rubens. He's over my shoulder always.
South Dakota bank robbery hostage in Mercury Rising from 1998. A movie with Bruce Willis. A movie I've always wanted to watch because I remember when that 1998 came out. I remember always opening the newspaper and seeing that poster quite a bit.
Todd would hate me if I didn't mention that he was also in Saved by the Bell Wedding in Las Vegas.
There we go.
He was in Last Action Hero. He was in an episode of Coach. I watched Coach.
Oh, he played a Dr. Joseph Middleton in Ed, the one with oh man.
Matt LeBlanc and the monkey?
Matt LeBlanc of the Monkey movie, yeah.
Oh,
baseball movie.
Why don't I have that rated on here? I should have that rated on here. That movie's a lot better than it says it is on here. Yeah, he's in a ton of stuff. He's just kind of around. But yeah, I think he kind of looks like Bruce Davison, especially in his headshot on IMDb.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to think, like, where have I seen that face? And I looked at all the whole list. I'm like, none of those. That's not where I've recognized him from. And then I'm like, I think he kind of looks like Bruce Davison. He kind of looks like Senator Kelly. I could see that face squeezing through bars.
What the heck movie is this? 1982 is one of his second credit, The Last American Virgin. Peach from 1982.
Plays Soda Jerk.
Yeah. Lawrence Monsoon, Diane Franken, Sean Antin, Joe Rubio.
I haven't heard of any of these people.
But I don't know. I was like, what?
Minute.
But yeah, I was like, this looked interesting. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, whatever. I don't know why I clicked that. It's like, this looks like the quirky 80s comedy that didn't get off the ground.
That definitely is what that looks like. All right.
Anyway,
let's keep moving. Minor character of the episode. Why is it Lance?
Yeah, exactly. And why should it be Lance? Everything, because
that's my guy.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Yep, he knew it. Like he can handle this part.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Lance is the best.
Yeah, Lance is good.
He nails that part.
Yeah, probably the next episode will be his last one. But yeah, it's great to see Lance.
Yep, he's going places.
I think him and Mr. Archuleta probably work together.
Mr. Archuleta. Yeah, you think so?
Hugo? Hugo. I could see Hugo working at that copy printer place after losing it.
I or maybe, that's where he gets his supply from, since you thought he was high the whole time. Yeah. Best Saul one-liner.
Okay. Kim said a line that's pretty funny. Okay, lift your knees. What does that mean? It's a neat way for people to say, "Here we go."
That was a good one. Yeah, I like when it's like, "Did you rob a bank?" I'm not cool enough to do something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or did you talk to Annette? Who's Annette? From the superintendent's office? Annette. Yeah. Do you know an Annette down there? Oh, see, that you didn't talk to Annette. That's the problem. That whole story he spins with Rupert Holmes, and then he sings the whole Pina Colada song, and she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing.
It's Jimmy.
And then the last line I had here, it's from Chuck. In that whole thing, I mean, first, like, you and Mozart, I mean, you both started young. Like that was a good one. But then no one ever accused you of being lazy. Every other sin in the book, but not that one. Yeah, that's like that's it, yeah.
Chuck, you need to lay down and put a cold washcloth on your forehead. What? This is in the 1940s. She's not ruined. What am I dying of? What am I dying of consumption?
That was a good one too.
And then I said, "What? I want to be a filmmaker. Grow a pair." But I think this is kind of a Breaking. It's not a Breaking Bad reference, but it's a reference to like a episode late from the season. I did sometimes take a number 2 and don't flush. Guilty. When he's like talking to Lance, he's like, sometimes that
was me.
That was me. I take a number 2 and I don't flush. That's the reference. Yeah.
So what is the best Breaking Bad reference? Is there one? I didn't find any.
Well, no, the stumbling across Wendy Scott. I think that's the best reference.
That's the best reference.
That's the best.
And the parallel with
what you had mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midlife really crisis moment.
Quoting things people don't understand or before people's time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Carson reference. Yeah.
Was it the Carmack?
Yeah.
Wasn't that it? Yeah.
Yeah. Todd would be frustrated.
Leave it to Beaver.
Todd would be frustrated by this too, because I'm frustrated too. I work with somebody that we're always on the phone talking to each other, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I really like this song. It's Linkin Park," and he's like, "What?" I was like, "Have you never heard of Linkin Park? Really? Nope, never seen it or never heard of it."
Have you ever gotten the? Oh, I don't listen to classic rock. Like,
that's even worse. But I like what made it worse too is that this is funny. I can tell a story. Is that we were talking about Speed. Funny enough, talking about Speed, and I said it's a great movie. And my other coworker was like, "Yeah, it's actually really awesome, pretty awesome movie." So I said, "I have a Blu-ray of it. I'll let you borrow it." He held on to that movie for like 2 years. Finally gave it back to me. I was like, I already bought a 4K. I already upgraded it. But I wasn't expecting to get this thing back. It's been 2 years. And it's like, did you even watch it? No. Didn't watch it. He's like, no, my wife doesn't like watching movies from the 90s and beyond. What?
90s are my favorite era of movies. I still hold to that. I don't know 90s. What it is, but there's something about the 90s aesthetic.
Sweet spot, 96 to 99. That's like, anything in there, like even the movies that aren't great, like I'm very nostalgic. That's why I like Mercury Rising on the poster. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. You can probably back that up. You can go 92, 93, somewhere in there.
There's so many good movies around in the 90s.
All right.
That'd be a fun movie draft, 90s.
My midlife crisis moment is the nighttime realization. Like you're laying down, you're half asleep, and all of a sudden, I forgot that, and now I'm wide awake, and now I can't go to sleep until I fix it. That happens more times than not, probably.
Yeah, probably, yeah. There's a little bit.
Yep. LVP.
Excuse me, sir. How do I fix this printer? Like the printer errors. That's the worst. LVP. I don't know if you've ever worked in an office or have to deal with any kind of printer. I'm assuming you do.
I teach.
Yeah.
I work with copy machines every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, printers suck.
Yes.
Especially it's like, it's paper jam. Like there's no paper in this thing. Oh, it's a little thing.
Or the one, or when the printer just decides, there's a copy machine right outside my classroom, and for a long time it decided that it was going to jam on the first print job of every day. Like it didn't want to wake up, just like all of us didn't want to wake up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you would, if you had the first print job of the day, you had to clear out like the 3 different paper jams that would happen consecutively throughout your print job, where there would be like 5 pieces of paper spread out throughout the entire thing when it just stopped that you have to clear out so it can start up again and then jam again. And then after that first print job was done, it was awake and it was fine the rest of the day. But there's a first print job of every day, jammed every single time. It hasn't
got its coffee in yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the ones that don't get how it works, like it's like, how do I print on this? Like switch to the other tray where that paper is. Like this is not rocket science. There's a button on there that says the tray with that size paper in it. Come on now.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. My LVP is neon lights. Like those things freak Chuck out once he realized that they were actually there. And why? Why do neon lights have to exist? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave them in Vegas. That's what I say.
Yeah, good call.
MVP.
Speaking of Chuck, his space blanket, like that space blanket, I'm assuming it's the same one. That has to be the toughest thing I've ever seen. Like that thing doesn't rip at all. Like that's, I want to shout out.
Why it's a space blanket, dude?
I know. I'm giving the shout out to a space blanket on this one. Okay, like I figure this is a good time to as any to talk about it. The space blanket is an MVP. It's going strong for a long time right now.
The shot on IMDb for this episode of him just sitting in the chair, wrapped in a space blanket, like he's like space blanket Godfather, the Don waiting for his subjects to come in. Let me tell you what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna make you a blanket you can't refuse.
Yeah, and like, but wrapped in a space blanket. It's that is a great moment. My MVP, it's Kim, for everything she says in that. And I wrapped up. She could have said, she didn't say this, but she could have said this to kind of wrap up her whole point. I don't care if you're right, you're in the wrong. That's her. That's what she's telling Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're right, you're in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she feels okay compromising her values in that moment. Yeah. But the fact that she's able to tell him off in a way that shuts him up, she's the MVP.
Yeah, good call. That's the right one.
Season finale next. What are we going to encounter?
I think Jimmy can't. It's his brother. It's his kryptonite. He can't let that go. I think he's going to run in and give himself up, and so he will probably. I just think this is a good point for that. Saul Goodman shows up in like season 3, so I have a feeling that he's going to take the L on this one and go save his brother. And maybe his brother won't proceed with it, but I know he has because he has to go to prison. I think he'll go to prison for a certain amount of time, and that'll be the time jump between the episodes, time gap.
So you think there's a time jump where
maybe like when he gets out or something like that?
Season?
Maybe, I don't know, but I think that's where we're at. I think that he's always helped his brother, and
I think I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to stay out of it. And because of this whole thing, Chuck disowns him. And this is why Saul Goodman comes about, because he's got to rid himself of the family name because Chuck doesn't want him anymore. And that's when he becomes Saul Goodman. But his commercial's about to air. Like that's the other thing we didn't mention at all. Is the best 30 seconds or 60 seconds in television history is about to come off during Diagnosis Murder tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe it still happens. I think the more interesting question is what happens with Mike in the season finale. I think he keeps going. And here, I think
Gus shows up.
We meet Gus and we see a stroke in the
same episode. Finale. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Same episode. That's what I think is going to happen. We see a stroke and we meet Gus all in this episode.
How does he get the stroke?
It's a stroke.
Well, correct, but he seems perfectly spry. Like
it's a stroke.
Okay, so this is my. I wanted to bring up Hector here too. I guess this is a good point. We're talking about it. So Vince Gilligan, he's a madman. I already said this already, but he casted this awesome actor to play Hector Salamanca to sit in a chair for a long time and ring a bell and just have these amazing over-the-top facial expressions. But then you see him walking around being intimidating as hell. And like that's such a charismatic guy, like that.
Mark Margolis is great. Yeah,
he's freaking phenomenal. And you had the wherewithal of all that. I'm gonna have this guy sit in a chair, crap himself, and then when we're gonna bring him back and be this like menacing member of the crime.
He first showed up in Scarface, like that was
So
Like
good.
he's been around forever, and he's been menacing for like you
Forever.
know what he's been. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
you
just
know
so.
what you're dealing with when you get him.
But you're casting a guy who has that resume, and to and then you're gonna go back and do it. And like, how did he get in that chair? That's so interesting too.
Yep.
It's different
I mean,
layers.
it's got to happen at some point. He ends up in that chair at some point. If
We'll
this is
see it
going to
in this.
span, if this show truly is spanning the creation of Better Call Saul through how he ends up in Nebraska at a Cinnabon, it has to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot. So that I want to. I don't want to see him have a stroke though, and then maybe not be nonverbal. I want to see him have some verbal sparring with Gus though. That would be so interesting. I want to
Yeah,
see that happen, and Gus is the reason why the stroke happens. He like does something to him or whatever that induces that stroke, not this like a freak accident thing.
that's an interesting thought, and that's why Gus is constantly going to gloat
Because he's like, I
and
put
visit
you in
him.
this state, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to like listen to me. That's what I think.
Did Mike contribute to that at all? Because that's the only way he was going to stop Good Samaritans from getting shot in the face
That's a good point too. But yeah, so that's my thought. I don't want to have to be like,
without spilling any blood.
yeah, I don't want an act of God to happen. I want like it has to be somebody putting him in that state. I think
That's
that would be.
interesting.
I want to see verbal sparring between those two for a little bit. Like that's intriguing television right there. I think.
But is this yeah, that's the other thing. Is this something that happens over one episode or over a season? Like something like that is I mean, it took a couple episodes for Mike to plan out what he was going to do with the spike strip made out of a hose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this something that he doesn't rush anything? Like, he doesn't get into anything unless he knows exactly what he's doing.
Maybe Gus invites him
Mhm.
over for a stew, like he did for.
I this is the fascinating thing about the show is we know where we end up,
How
and
do we
so
get
we're
there?
speculating of how far do we get by the end of this season, and because what we've got 6 seasons, we're a third of the way there,
Almost. Mm-hmm.
almost a third of the way there. So when do these other players start to get introduced? And when does stuff start to intersect and like mesh with what we
Mm-hmm.
know is going on? We don't
Yeah.
know when that happens. So, and I'm glad we're avoiding spoilers and able to just kind of go with it, and this is fun. And hopefully, like, either you're enjoying hearing us babble and laughing at how wrong we are, or you're
Todd.
watching this for the first time and you're right along with us speculating. Either way, yes, Todd
Yeah.
is the one that's laughing at us, obviously.
And Zach has no idea what we're talking about.
Obviously, I agree.
So.
Well, Zach's seen it.
Well, I know, but he doesn't know what we're
Part
talking
of it.
about.
I don't know if he finished it. He doesn't watch the sideshow. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to it either.
Bring me to a happy place.
But
Yeah.
this
This is not his happy place.
I love the slideshow because it's like we just talk about a bunch of random stuff about what's going on in the show. It's great, and then we tie it all in. We tie it back in. We'll put a nice bow on it.
Bring it full circle.
Bring it full circle. But speaking of that, I think that this is a good spot to kind of pencil that in this conversation right now. Next week is going to be a big episode. We have this season finale. You hear our kind of rough thoughts about what could happen, maybe what should happen. Who knows? Some
The season awards.
The season awards. Yeah, can't forget about those. I usually always do, but I'll try not to. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
I forgot about this.
But one last thing before we leave.
Who are you gonna call?
Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
Sit and spin, you buttholes.
Subscribe.